Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are currently invading the Byzantine Empire, and it's not going to be too much longer, but we need a little bit more war score. Now we're going to get ticking war score on the way down there. We need 12% more ticking, and we are busily marching our way down over to here. Just sieging this should probably give us enough, unless they return any sieges on us, which is a possibility. We are above our direct vassal limit, and that's not a huge issue, actually. The reason it becomes an issue in Crusader Kings 2 is because when you die above your vassal limit, some vassals can be randomly freed. That becomes an issue. However, in Crusader Kings 3, the only thing that happens is it reduces your taxes and levies. And we're so far above everybody else in that respect that I'm not sure we care. This Liberty faction, however, that we do care about. This gentleman here, we're going to marry off our daughter to him. And that will solve that issue. Fantastic. No problem. There we go. We're at 93% war score here, and we will get this all solved shortly. Now, we are taking attrition here. That's not shocking. This island will remain, but this exclave here, we'll take that. And that'll be great. That will, of course, give us the Empire of Khazaria. Great. We're very happy about that. We're going to have to move quick, though. There's no doubt about it. And so we shall. Yeah, go ahead and fabricate a claim on the barony of Edessa. We're going to continue fabricating claims over here. We're going to have to carve away at the Arabian Empire and the Byzantine Empire if we're indeed going to go for that that global conquest. It's going to be tight. We've only got 100 years after all. So we're going to finish up this war. No problem. I really expected that to give us all of the war score we needed. As it is, it gave us none of the war score because it wasn't the capital. Fantastic. So we're going to siege over here. And that will be just fine. This siege is taking a little longer. This is a level 26 fort. Okay. You fool. Okay, his taxes were reduced. We're not too upset about that. 99% war score at this time. And this siege will wrap up shortly. There we go. We don't even need the siege. And we get all of this territory up here. Fantastic. That, of course, means that we are well above our domain limit. There's no surprise about this. We're going to grant these out to... Honestly, it doesn't matter as long as it's not our player heir. And as long as they're the correct religion and culture. That's the important thing here. Okay, so these up here go to not our player heir. Fantastic. Our brother is fine. There we go. Son is fine as well. Half-brother. And this guy. Okay, there we go. There's all that handed out. Now, we're going to be able to create some titles, I think, here. We have too many held duchies. That's expected. We can usurp the Kingdom of the Caucasus, and so we shall. Wonderful. We can create a few titles here, and we're going to want to do that. We're going to, first off, hand off the duchies that we should not hold. So, let's see here. The Raj of Khazaria, obviously we should not hold. So that will go to this guy. And we want only the recent titles. There we go. Raj of Khazaria. And of course, he already is the correct religion, so that's fine. This guy, he is not the correct religion. We're going to send him a gift for 146 opinion. And then we're going to grant him the Raj of Azov. There we go. And he now has 100 opinion of us. We'll demand his conversion, and he will accept that. Fantastic. Now, we can create additional titles here. We can also bump up this guy's taxes, and so we shall. Let's go ahead and create the Duchy of Don Valley first. There we go. That goes to this gentleman. He is already the correct religion and culture. Fantastic. Okay, and then we can create the Duchy of Alania. And that goes right here. Okay. So that goes to this guy who is the correct religion already, I believe. Yes, he is. Fantastic. Okay, so we're 10 direct vassals too high right now. Now, we do have this kingdom. And that de jure belongs with our son. So we will go ahead and not arrange a marriage. We will grant him the title, Kingdom of Caucasus. And unfortunately, not very many vassals go with. We can grant vassals to the rightful liege, though, and so we shall. So that brings us back to 7. Now we can create this kingdom, and so we shall. And who does that belong to? Oh, that belongs to jure out over here. A liberty war. That's awkward. Very awkward indeed. We can't do a forced vassalization because he holds too many counties. But we can seize all de jure lands. Or just seize the Duchy de jure, which would be a lot cheaper. And that's what we'll do. Okay, so we're going to raise up our troops around... Let's see, this is a river crossing. Or just a straight up river. There is no crossing over here. That I see. Okay, that's going to be a little awkward. But we're going to raise our troops, and we're going to raise... Actually, I did that wrong. We're going to stop that. We're going to raise just our men-at-arms, and then we're going to raise our levy troops. How many levy troops are we going to need? About 15k. Sounds good. This guy converted, as expected. And both of these... Oh, there is a crossing here. That would have been nice to have pop up. Okay. Well, we'll just have to make our way around a little more slowly. That's fine. No big deal there. Okay. 15k troops. Off they go. They'll get started heading on over. They're not going to finish this siege, of course, until our men-at-arms arrive in a little while. That'll be fine, and we'll just grab this... And we'll be able to hand out this kingdom appropriately at that point. We do have the empire title that we can create, but we haven't yet. And we'll just create that as soon as we've got 100% of the locations. Resplendent raiment indeed. Wonderful. Okay, so we want to grab basically everything here. All of these. And that'll be fine. We're not going to have any real problem with that as soon as our men-at-arms arrive. Which they'll be here shortly. And the sieges will begin to fall remarkably quickly once those bombards get involved. There we go. Fantastic. Only 10 more days there, and then we're going to come down over to here. There we go. And on we go. Wonderful. Our spy master has discovered a secret. Sure. Don't really care, in all honesty. Yes. Get us that sweet, sweet claim. And we are going to go ahead and fabricate another one over here. Fantastic. So the siege will be finishing up over here, and then we're going to come attack here. There we go. Over we head. We're at 19% war score. And then we're just going to continue attacking over this way. We're going to try to grab as much as we can over in this region. And that'll be fine. This, of course, is going to wrap up our actual initial goal of putting the Mongol Empire back together. Which is great. We're very happy about that. We're going to grab Diplomat next. There we go. And then we're going to go down the rest of the August tree. Okay, so we'll wipe that out, of course. That will get us some prestige and piety. And then we're going to come up and hit this barony over here. We did just get a valuable hostage. We're at 33% war score, so not that valuable, in all honesty. About 11% per occupation. These are very big counties over here. So that is definitely something to think about. It's going to take a little while to get this all put together. We're going to be at 66% war score plus ticking war score here soon enough. We do see their army over there, and that's fine. So we're going to grab this over here, and that'll be wonderful. And we're going to, of course, continue to attack various locations. This might be small enough for us to forced vassalize, and that would be amazing if so. We can forced vassalize a number of these over in this direction for sure. Our heir is currently unmarried, and yeah, that is something that we should deal with. He did indeed become a Grey Eminence. Those universities are so strong. And I think it kind of doesn't matter who we go for here. Let's just go for some decent inheritable traits. That'll work. Excellent. Okay, we'll wrap up this siege over here, and then we'll head up and fight their army, I think. Yeah, let's fight that army. Actually, there's an army right here that they raised up for some reason. They're also sieging down here incredibly slowly. Let's let these guys head south, and we'll take out this gathering force. Oh, this is actually a hostile army, not an enemy army. Awkward. Very awkward indeed. I should have seen that. But I just didn't. Okay. So the Spy Master is going to be, a skill 30 Spy Master. See it done. Okay. So next we're going to continue to make claims. Down over here. Wonderful. So we're going to catch this guy's army, and this should finish up this battle. Or rather, finish up this war. Only part of the army did we catch. But that's still good enough. Okay, so there we go, and we're going to grant these out, of course, to various children. And various people who are correct religion and culture. So we'll just do this, and this, and this. Okay. So, we are 13 direct vassals above, which is slightly problematic. We can usurp this duchy, although he is currently at war. Which I'm not a huge fan of. Wait, who's the actual holder of this duchy? He's our prisoner. He's got a peasant revolt. No, now he's no longer at war. Okay, the peasant revolt went away. We're going to usurp this. Fantastic. We do have too many held duchies. This duchy should, I believe, go here. Yes, this is also a kingdom capital. So we will grant this guy both. Wonderful. 13 vassals will be transferred with the titles. Well, that's convenient. We're now 5 direct vassals above. Okay. We can create the Empire of Khazaria, and so we shall. Fantastic. And we can also change this guy's feudal contract. There we go. Wonderful. So that is fantastic. That gets us everything that we were going for originally in terms of putting the Mongol Empire together. Great. So, of course, next up, we turn our eyes onto the Russian, Carpathian, Byzantine, and Arabian empires. Those are the 4 that we have borders with. Let's focus first, I think, on the Russian Empire. There's a lot of little guys up here that we can go after quite easily. Now, I don't think... Oh, we definitely can't forced vassalize this guy. No. We could take this single county, but we're not going to. Instead, we are going to forced vassalize this gentleman here. Wonderful. Are we going to forced vassalize anyone else up here? We could actually forced vassalize this guy. We have borders with him. We may as well. Simultaneously forced vassalize. What about Moldavia? We get away with that? Not quite. Okay. So I think we will instead simply raise up our armies over here We'll raise our men-at-arms, and we'll raise a few levies. How many levy troops are we going to need? He did bring in a Holy Order. 21k. Sure. There's also an Independence faction here. We're going to simply arrange a marriage here with our half-brother and his daughter. Wonderful. That'll do the trick. No problem there. So both of these will come in and attack over here. And there's a lot of enemy allies joining these wars. 42,000? Okay. So we'll raise up about 50k. This'll be fine. This guy is taking this crossing. That's completely okay. And we've got 50,000 troops here now. So off we go. Our men-at-arms will arrive in about 20 days. And this seems completely fine. Completely and totally fine. Now, the real problem here, of course, is he's sieging this fairly quickly. We're going to have to deal with that. That's not a big deal. Our men-at-arms will arrive here in a moment. There they are. Wonderful. And he's just going to come over here and siege. Yeah, these are poorly upgraded. I mean, it's not our fault. We just conquered this. What a jerk. What a jerk. This guy died from his wounds. Well, we can't declare on her just yet, but we will. As soon as we're done with this war. We'll declare on these three simultaneously, most likely. We actually might be able to get White Rus as well. I don't think so. I think he has too many counties to force vassalize. We're probably going to have to pursue other avenues there. But that's okay. We'll make our way up here. That guy dying is very irritating. We can negotiate an alliance with our son, and so we shall. That'll be absolutely fine. No worries whatsoever on that front. How old are we? We are currently 49. We'll last for a while yet. Great. So we'll grab this. This should get us 50% war score or so. 87, actually. Yes, all of Aleppo will be mine. Okay, so what all is in Aleppo? Okay, not too shabby there. Not too shabby at all. So we are going to go ahead and work over here then. Seems great. Let's get to work on that. We're also, of course, forced vassalizing over here. And this will be completely fine. This guy here is going to be a bit of a thorn in our side until we get some proper CBs on him. So that's definitely going to be slightly problematic. Let's just wrap up this war, and then we can attack this guy again. We'll attack all three of these simultaneously. And there we go. We'll enforce that and disband. Okay. So we can't create anything out of that, but we can definitely create after this. This is apparently a duchy level title, which is interesting. Seems a little big for a duchy level, but I guess a little small for a kingdom level. Okay, so we'll raise our men-at-arms, and we'll raise our levy troops again. How many in total are we going to need? Probably fewer than we did last time, but I'm still going to go for that same 50k number. Okay, we're going to head out over this way. We're going to stop gathering once we have that sweet, sweet 50k number. Let's grab ourselves a new marshal, and this one will do. Yeah, they're following the same battle plan. It's not shocking. Okay, new diplomacy perk available here. We'll take writing history. And we'll go ahead and commission that epic. Why not? We're not really interested in personal prestige, though, so maybe we want to target more renown from that. Should be a family history, so be generous. Excellent. So our men-at-arms have arrived and are making their way on in. This siege, of course, is going to be exceptionally slow. They are succeeding in this siege, and they're following the exact same battle plan. And so are we. Our battle plan was solid. So we're going to siege here, and then we're going to go fight them over here. Fantastic. Control level in Trincomalee. Okay. That'll come back up on its own. I'm honestly not that concerned. Although we do have low county control there. And let's go ahead and hop over there and bring that up. Like I said, I'm not too concerned about it, but may as well. Like, what else are we going to do with that? Right? So we're going to hop over here. We are sieging far faster than they are. So we're going to come here, siege this on back. Then we're going to fight their troops, and then we're going to go hit their capital. Oh yeah, we siege so much faster. No, not down there. Come on over. There we go. Perfect. Absolutely wonderful. Hire the Illuminator, whatever the cost. I mean, we have 133,000. We're not hurting in terms of the cash department. It'll be fine. There we go. There's a stack wipe. We're at 94%. See it done. And let's go ahead and begin fabricating. Let's see. We have a decent number of fabrications over here, but we can grab this one, and then we can start fabricating on this guy. And that'll be absolutely fine. We're just going to continue our map painting as quickly as possible. I meant to actually attack these guys simultaneously, and I didn't. It's too late now. We'll have to wait for this war to end up. That'll be okay. 300 more gold? Sure. What's 300 more gold? Irrelevant is what it is. Completely and totally irrelevant. We'll have these guys in the fold in a moment. I think that Turov is still too big, is my guess. Okay, we'll disband these troops, and we can create the Kingdom of Ruthenia at this point. And so we shall. Wonderful. And the Kingdom of Ruthenia de jure belongs where exactly? The County of Kiev. Okay. We're actually going to give it to this lady that we just conquered. There we go. So she gets plus 12 there. And we'll also send her a gift. There we go. And demand her conversion. Fantastic. Perfect. She will convert, I'm assuming. Yes. And I'm also assuming that this guy's still too big for us to forced vassalize him. Yes. Yes, he is. Good to know. I believe this guy is as well. Yes. So we would need additional claims on him. And then there's this guy. We have this claim. You know, we could just declare that. And then declare a forced vassalization here. And a forced vassalization here. We actually can't do that. We can do a de jure claim, though. And that'll work. And then we can also push this guy's claim here for 4 simultaneous wars. Now, in order to do this effectively, we are probably going to want a decent number of troops. We'll go ahead and raise them here. And we'll see what actually ends up happening in terms of where they attack us. Once again, we're going to go for about that sweet, sweet 50k number. And that'll be fine. Oh, we had twins. Sure. It is, however, about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to fight these wars and probably also fight one against the Arabian Empire. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time. I was hoping we'd have 50k by now. There we go. Perfect.